This is a 2015 Holden Malibu, and today we're going to find out if this is a used car bargain. So today I'm going to show you some of the quirks and some of the interesting features of the Malibu, and then we're going to get it in it and go for a little drive. And then I'm going to give you my verdict, and we're going to really see if this is a used car bargain. Starting off at the front of the Malibu, the first interesting thing about this car is if you're from America, you might think, whoa, where's the Chevy badge? Well, we're in Australia, mate, and you've got a big old Holden badge here now. Next on the Malibu, the headlights. Nothing too particularly interesting about these headlights, but if you do look closely, I'm not sure if you're going to see this on camera, but the actual main headlight here, it's got a very cool sort of blue look to it. Now, they're not LEDs or anything, they're still halogen bulbs, but I'm not sure what they've done, but it's got a cool little sort of blue look to it. So yeah, if you like blue stuff, you might like this headlight. Next at the front of the Malibu is the hood. Now, as you can probably imagine, there's not much under this hood. But you can see it's got these sort of lines that are indenting and going along, and it's quite an intricate hood. You've got sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines that are quite bold, and really for nothing. I'll show you under the hood here in a minute, and it's definitely not to fit the engine in here, that's for sure. So popping the hood here on the Malibu, as you can see, we've got a strut, which is fairly nice to see in here. Under the hood, yeah, 4-cylinder petrol engine with a 6-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 167 horsepower and 182 pound-feet of torque. So next on the Malibu, we go to the door handles here. They're accented in this sort of fake chrome, which sort of unique, I guess. They've got one-touch locks. So you simply just come up to the Malibu, press the button, door locks, push it again, door's unlocked. Pretty simple. So, hanging out in the Malibu, just list off a few features here for you. It's push button start. We've got your automatic transmission here. You've got these corny plus and minus buttons actually for your Tiptronic mode. You've got, your steering wheel with all, your volume controls, seeks, call assist, cruise control. You've got automatic rain sensing wipers here. You've got a little screen in the middle here that tells you various things, your trips, your speed. You can actually get navigation into there as well. But it's all fairly basic, but there's a lot here. You've also got a 7-inch touchscreen display up here on the screen. It also opens up to create sort of a little storage cubby for you. We'll go through the touchscreen here a little more in depth later on. You've also got this sort of nice accent on your whole front of the dash, where it actually lights up a nice blue at nighttime to give you a bit of mood lighting. And other than that, you've got an electronic handbrake here, 2 cup holders, you've got a little storage cubby under there, you have a storage cubby under here. And I mean, these seats, they're fairly comfortable, and you have a fairly decent amount of room in here. You've got a standard glove box, sun visors, little sunglass case. Everything in here is what you would expect for a modern car. Now next is probably one of my favorite funny quirks of the Malibu. You're on the infotainment screen here and you play some music, right? Well, it's got its own sort of picture that comes up with what type of music it thinks you're playing, and just get a kick out of this one and have a little listen. World music. This is world music, people. So just going through a quick scan of my playlist here, we'll see what pictures come up. Bluetooth again. Okay, we got a picture of a dude. Bluetooth again. Oh, we got some Ricky Ross. Some Nicki Minaj, whatever the hell that photo is. Bluetooth. Now these aren't the photos that are on my phone. That is 100% no. They're just preloaded into this system. An old Drakey. Yeah, Drakey. Hopping into the Malibu. Right. So the seat up here, I'm 5'11", almost 6 foot. That's how I'm comfortably sit. It's in a normal seating position. I've still got, 3-4 inches here nearly. My feet, yeah, they're a little bit tight. Thing I'm really noticing is I've got about an inch under my thigh right here, so long trips probably going to be uncomfortable. Headroom, I've got 2-3 inches here. I'm again just under 6 foot. It's not too bad. Anyone over 6 feet might get a bit cramped in here. We've also got a little cup holder, 2 cup holders and an armrest here that come down. Yeah, I mean, 2 adults under 6 foot, medium to short trips, probably fine. Any more than that or any taller than that, they're probably not going to like it back here. We've also got 2 climate control vents just coming off the center console unit. Couple of map pouches in the back seats, which is handy. Coming to opening the trunk here at the Malibu, there's actually no trunk release inside the Malibu. Instead, they've gone for, you've got this little button here just off of the middle brake light. There's a little button here, you just press that once and it just rises automatically for you. The second way you can open it is off the key fob. There's a little boot button here. You just press that button and hold it. Opens up again. So next we're just moving on to the tail lights of the Malibu. Again, they're a distinct design, largely inspired through the Camaro. If you've seen the rear end of a Camaro, you'll see the similarity. And again, it's all fairly standard back here. You've got your Malibu badge, your Holden badge, and then again your trim level CDX badge here. So again, just before we finish off on the rear end of the Malibu, I couldn't sort of help but sort of think it was a funny feature / quirk that it's got these dual exhausts at the end. I mean, we've gone through the motor. It's a 4-cylinder, 167 horsepower. She ain't quick, but they've gone for this dual exhaust with sort of a fake kind of diffuser type thing back here. Again, maybe that's because of the Camaro-inspired tail light, sorry. But it seems kind of ridiculous. But they're there. So driving the Malibu, I mean, everything in this car it's fairly decent. I mean, it's comfortable in here. I've got a nice seating position. I've got a nice view through all my windows here. I mean, everything's fairly open. It's definitely not going to win any races. It's a slow car, but I mean, it's comfortable. I mean, you have everything, it's not, you know, there's a bit of body roll, yeah, of course, but you know, if you're just running A to B, going, you know, taking the kids to school, going to work, coming back, you know, you're just sitting in here, it's not a bad car. You know, everything's fairly easy to get to. It's not, you don't have to reach for anything. The one thing that sort of sticks out as being probably bad, especially bad, is the transmission. It really, it's not very good. It doesn't really know when to switch gears actually properly, and if you go into the Tiptronic mode, it's just terrible. But I mean, people who buy this car, you know, you're not going to be using it. You know, you're just cruising. You know, you've got plenty of room in here, really. Seats feel good. You know, the positioning is good. If you're looking just for an easy, run-of-the-mill family car, it doesn't cost too much to run. Maintenance is low, and there's nothing exciting, nothing extravagant, but you've got everything in here for your base of what you need at a good price. And I think that's why a lot of people, you know, at least in America, have gone for this option. So it was at this point my mic decided to relieve itself. So basically here, I'm just going over the different trim levels of the Malibu. I'm just basically telling you that there was a base CD model, and then there was a CDX model, which is the one I reviewed. The base CD model came at a price tag of $28,500, where the one I'm reviewing came in at $32,000. So now here, it was time for the verdict. Now listen, if you're after, you know, an A to B car, you want something that's, you know, in the mid-size category, you can fit a small family in it, you want it to be reasonably inexpensive with, but still having a lot of features and tech, you can't go wrong with this car. I mean, they're going for under 15 grand. So at this price point, it is definitely a used car bargain, and something you should be punching into car sales or Gumtree.